Everybody, let's go live at 1 o'clock. Oh, is that the 1 o'clock news? This is the beauty news. I'm going to go live with the brilliant Louise Pentland. And don't worry, I promise I will save it and put it over onto main grid. I'm even cracking open a brand new notebook for her. Right, let me just invite her in. I know she's ready. She's a pro. She's been doing this for a long time. Are you there, Louise? Let's have a look. There, look at that.
Hello, let me shut this.
I've been setting you up. Oh my God, how beautiful is your bathroom?
Well, I thought I would do this in the bathroom because this is where I do my makeup. So.
Okay, so separately from this,
yes,
I need to discuss afterwards separately on DM inspiration for your bathroom. That's exactly how I want to redo my bathroom. That lovely full wall gorgeousness of marble that's like a beautiful hotel.
That's right. So is it nice like this? Is this too low?
No, you look gorgeous.
Fine. So when I had this bathroom done, I wanted it to look like a hotel. I'll swizzle it round, but this is so messy. So this is a treat for everyone, but this is generally how it looks. Like, obviously I wasn't going to show all of this. You're not looking at all of this. You're not looking at all of this. But
oh goodness,
there.
Beautiful, Louise.
And then these are my Beauty and the Beast lights. Anyway,
genuinely, I've started screen grabbing images for my bathroom, and that's exactly what I want it to look like, which is a little bit like your very own marriages. Can I just say that?
Here we go. Right, I've got myself set up. Let's move this. You can't see that mess.
And to everybody watching this, Louise has had a super busy morning. She's literally just rushed through the door to do this live with me, so thank you.
Well, no, thank you. I wanted to get my hair done because I thought I can't go on Nadine's live looking scruffy when you're all about looking beautiful, like making the best of yourself. So I've got to make the best of myself.
I'm all about keeping it real, but can we start with what I teased in my story, which is, let's start with what is the decades-long, you're too young for a decades-long, hair secret? Because you do have the hair of dreams. Can I just say that?
Do you know, normally I'm like, no, I don't, because I don't like to feel, I don't take compliment well. But I will say to you, this is the hair of dreams. This is all my own hair. There's no extensions in here. It's very thick, but do you know what the secret is? It's the most bougie thing about me.
Go on.
I go to the salon every week for a wash and blow dry. They set it and I leave it like an old lady that goes to have a wash and set. And I've been doing that since Darcy was a newborn, and Darcy's almost 12. The only exception obviously was lockdown, where I wore it in a bun a lot. So I put heat on it once a week. I don't eat the shampoo that I own. It's not even in here. I don't even own shampoo. I've got L'Oreal Kids for my kids, and that's it. So my hair secret. Can I swear on this or no?
Yeah, of course you can.
Shit, because don't do my own hair because I'm a bougie bitch and I go and have it done. But two things I do use on it: Batiste Dry Shampoo, sort of day 4.
Is that original?
No, I don't like the original. I'm very particular about dry shampoo. I only like the tropical flavour, and I buy it like it's going out of fashion. It's the best one. So obviously it smells quite nice, but it's the best one. It soaks up. You're like me in Greece. Best.
No, but I think, is it not, they're all the same, but they just have different smells, or as you call them, flavours, but I hope you're not actually tasting them.
I mean, surely they are, because surely the formula is the same. Maybe it's just a placebo thing, like all in my head. But when if I've ever had to just buy a mini at an airport, for example, and I'm like, oh, I'll just get the original because it's there. It's not the same. It's not the same. And maybe it's just because I'm so used to this. But I've tried tons of dry shampoos. I've tried the really high-end ones. The ones that are like by the high-end shampoo companies. But this one, pretty cheap, Batiste, get it in Boots, Superdrug. I really like it.
I'll be really honest with you. I've written a piece for the Times about Beauty Icon that's going in on Saturday. Batiste is it. And I say that if you go backstage at a high-end fashion show, 9 times out of 10, it's Batiste that's being used. It just is. It's the best.
There's a reason it sells so much. Just seeing if I've got my hairspray, which is not in my top 10. Whilst we're on hair, I do just have to say, if you are old-fashioned and use hairspray, because I like hairspray if ever I'm doing like a bit of a big fringe, this hairspray is the only hairspray you should ever buy. It's called Got2Be by Schwarzkopf, and it's glued. This is the mini bottle, because on Amazon I'll buy 12 mini bottles at once because my girls dance, so we have them in every dance bag. This stuff, is it good for your hair? Probably not. Probably not. I'm not saying this is good for you. I'm just saying it holds. I could put my hair like this now, spray it, and it would stay. I'm not going to, but it would stay.
There's something about Mary, yeah. Can I just say, is that why? Because it's the strongest hold hairspray you've ever found?
Yes. So I found this when my girls started dancing, and I was using Elnet, and I was using all the. I didn't use hairspray really because I felt like it was a bit maybe 1980s vibes. So I was using the stuff on Darcy, and she was still getting frizzy. And a dance mum said, "Oh, glued is the best one." And then I noticed that Lo, who's the beauty bomb, a makeup artist I use sometimes, she uses it as well. I was like, you can always tell if a professional makeup artist has something in their case, it's good. So I was like, and then I started using it myself, and I was like, why have I been shying away from hairspray just because I thought it was an old-fashioned product or it was a bit naff or fuddy-duddy? Like, this stuff is great. So every time there's an event, if you see my hair in that like, ooh, look, it's this.
Can I ask, is it easy to brush out?
It is if you're not sensitive. Like, because I go to the salon every week, they can brush my hair really hard. I don't mind. If ever I'm doing a job and there's a hair and makeup artist, I'm just like, do what you like. I'm not sensitive about it. But if you're like got a very sensitive scalp, or you've got like a low pain threshold, it's not easy to brush out, because once this is in, your hair is hard.
You have got unbelievably thick, gorgeous hair though, right? So it's pretty tough. You can do most things to it, right?
You can do most things to it, and it looks nice, but to touch it, I am sort of like old Barbie vibes, you know.
I always call it horsehair vibes, and I've got a friend that has identical hair to yours. And when I touch it, and I say to her, it doesn't even really feel like human hair, because human hair to me is fine and just a bit there. And when it's beautiful, it's my biggest envy. If I could change one thing about me, I would have hair like yours.
No, because when you say fine and black, I'm like, oh, fine and silky. Like my daughter Pearl, her hair is fine and silky and good. I'm like, oh, lovely. And then mine is like,
seriously, yeah, thick and cool.
Barbie hair, like.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. You talk about Barbies. When I was younger, we had tresses with a little key in the back, and their hair used to go out and back, and that was nylon. And I know exactly what you mean. Personally, I think you've got perfect hair, but there you go. Can I just say, are you the same colour naturally as your daughters?
Yeah, I think you're my natural colour. I was like, no.
So you're the same as me. So blonde as a child, and then you go a little bit mousier as you get older.
Yeah, but I'm getting darker and darker as I go older, and it's getting harder and harder to do the roots. So the colour's not taking as well as it used to. And she was like, oh, you're going darker. I was like,
that's weird.
Isn't it? Because I thought I would just go
grey.
Yeah, but I've gone darker, and I dared now strip back the bleach and think, am I grey now? I don't know. And I'm not.
Trust me, Louise, you would know if you were grey, right? That is grey roots. They don't go through dark, they go through grey. No, I think, I mean, you're young. I think you probably will only notice your greys when you get into your mid-40s and beyond. And actually, it will make going blonder easier.
Yeah, exactly.
It does.
Natural blonde, then.
How often do you have to colour your hair, though? And let's do a shout out to your salon.
Okay, so I have it coloured every 6 weeks. And it's Alicia from AF Stylist. And if you go to my reel on my grid that's Darcy's hair, I've linked her in there. So she's freelance. She's just the most lovely girl. So woman. So if you're in Northamptonshire, go and find her on Instagram and book yourself in with her, because she's and you know what? She's just a good person as well.
So we're going to give a huge shout out to her. I will definitely find her credit here. She will be inundated. Right, what do you want to do next, Louise?
Okay, now I picked things from a range of prices and types. So, would you like the most expensive or the least expensive?
Up to you.
Well, let the first person to pick in the comments, most expensive or least
Or
expensive.
least expensive.
Least expensive.
Okay.
Okay, so the least expensive is something that I have recently found on Amazon. So if you link this, get those sweet, sweet affiliates. Beauty blenders that are obviously dupes. They're called Do It All For You, but like dual. Do It All For You.
Yeah.
And you get 4 in a pack. I've been using this one. Like, I just want to show you the size of it once it's been wet, because I used it this morning, and you can use beauty blenders dry, but obviously I like to saturate them and squeeze them out. And then the trick with the blender I found is dab it on a dry flannel so it's not soaking wet. Yeah. So this is what it would be pre-wet. So it expands a lot, it's good, it feels really good. And these are £5.99 for the pink colours, but they're even cheaper if you go for like green or blue. So you're basically getting a beauty blender dupe for £1.
I mean, I never understood why beauty blenders are so expensive. I mean, they're just basically a sponge. So it makes. I also love that they're packaged a little bit like a package of designer eggs from Waitrose.
Yeah, and there's different types as well if you prefer like total egg shape. Plus, if you're traveling or whatever, I really like it's got a little case, because I really hate putting brushes or things just in a makeup bag, because I'm a bit anal about stuff. I don't like it when makeup looks like this.
Yeah.
Packaging is all yuck. I'm like, bleh. I just feel very strongly about that. So yeah.
Are you good at cleaning your brushes and your sponges?
I know how to clean my brushes and sponges, yeah.
I feel like you're a mini me, yes.
I know
How to doesn't mean to say I do it.
I've got one of the hats somewhere. The fact I don't know where it is, I think, says, oh, there's my foundation brush.
Yeah, yeah. Listen, if I was to show you mine, you'd be horrified. If I did this live from my bathroom, you'd be horrified. I agree. Yeah. I love a bit of Real Techniques, by the way. Can I just say that?
Literally, the only makeup brushes I have are, look, they're all filthy.
Yeah. No.
Are all Real Techniques. I just don't even, I mean, look at the handle. I don't even bother. Actually, you know what? I don't bother buying brushes, but I haven't bought brushes for years because Real Techniques, they just last. Like, you just don't need to.
No, they're brilliant. And we all know that they were the best brushes from that range were created by Sam and Nick. I know they have nothing to do with it anymore, but they got me addicted to them and I love them. They're really reasonably priced. They're vegan, they're cruelty free. They're amazing.
Do you remember in the golden oldie days of Gleam, for those of you that don't know, Sam and Nick, I don't know if they still are, or at one point we were all with...
Yeah, they're not anymore, but yeah, we were all at Gleam. Yeah.
We're all at Gleam, which is a fantastic agency that we loved for years and years. And that was a great chapter. And you could go into the office and they had this huge cupboard full of just all the brushes. And I used to be like, can I have some? And I'd go in and be like, just take a few boxes and go home on the train and be like, oh, I still love it. It was like,
I've got every set of brushes that they ever launched, and I swear I will be using them in another 20 years' time. Can I just say, Barkley Girl on here has just went, I've already just gone and bought the Amazon sponges, so there you go.
Okay, leading on from the Amazon sponges, because I realise otherwise I'm going to take up hours of this. This is a foundation that I have been wearing for at least a decade, on and off. I always come back to it. And there's lots of foundations I try, and then think, yeah, I love this. And then after a while, I'm like, no, it's not my golden oldie. So this is the MAC Studio Sculpt, and it's an NW20, which at the moment is a bit dark for me because look,
it's a bit dark for you, yeah. It's been the sort of colour I would wear, and you've got blue eyes. You're an English rose. I'm not an English rose.
They're green.
I think, oh my God, I'm even more jealous now. Okay, go on.
Hang on, this is perfect. But back down. But what I like about this is its texture. It's got like a gel texture.
Really?
Yeah, like I can put it on the back of my hand and I could do that, and it's not going to dribble off. It goes on nicely with blenders. It goes on nicely with brushes. It's just nice. It's not in any way special. It's not new. It's not like celeb endorsed. It doesn't claim to do any whiz bang wow things. It's just, I really like it.
Comes in a brilliant range of shades as well. Like, it's so inclusive as a brand. I love MAC.
I love MAC.
Sometimes the old school brands are the best.
Yeah. Every time I think, no, come on, time to try something else. I've tried all the things that people rave about. I've tried double wear. I did the Rimmel Wake Me Up ages ago, and I was like, that was the big thing. Like, I've tried BB creams. I just really like this. Just really like.
Also, you don't need double wear. I mean, you've got good skin. You've got nothing to hide, really.
Well, that's because I've got so much foundation on.
No, that's not true, because that's a light coverage foundation. I love it.
Concealer. This is a new one to me. Before I show you, I have had, sorry, I keep cutting my head off, don't I? I've had so many problems finding concealer. I can never find a good concealer. I feel like my eyes hate concealer for under eyes. Even this I don't think is amazing, but it's the best I've found. And this is Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Radiant Concealer. And look, I don't think it's amazing, but it's like this area of my face just eats it. If you know why, I want to know, because I'm just eating it in my skin.
What do you find? You're finding it, what, it's going cakey? You haven't got any lines for it to sit into, or is it sitting into smile lines?
It's just, I always think under my eyes I look a bit grubby.
That's probably your makeup, your under eye makeup blending in, or your mascara blending into it. Do you set it afterwards with a little bit of powder?
No.
Yeah, so basically the foundation and the concealer are oil based. When the mascara hits it, because I know you love a big lash like I do, the lash then dissolves into whatever colour you've got under your eyes will dissolve into it. If you just put the tiniest, and I mean the tiniest amount of powder, something like the Laura Mercier translucent or any of those little, just put it underneath. Yeah. You can either do it with a brush or you can do it with a little beauty blender. And I mean, don't bake it. You don't need to bake it. You don't need that weird Instagram look or anything like that. It will stop transferring down.
Okay. I'm glad we came on this live. Thank you.
I also think that a lot of makeup artists nowadays are really frightened of powder, but the old school ones that I grew up with, like the Mary Greenwells and the Pat McGrath, they always set just under there, just round here, just under here, and just in that triangle there, and then leave this all super sort of glowy and gorgeous.
Yeah, okay, I'm going to try, you know everything, I'm going to try that.
Really don't.
Do you want to stay on makeup, or do you want to go to skincare? Because I've got
You're in charge.
Okay, I'm going to stay on makeup because it just makes sense. I call these face makeups because they literally only go on your moon face. Then it's not like your eye or your mouth.
Yeah.
You don't have mouth makeup, do you? That's called lip.
Complexion makeup.
Go. Complexion makeup. Shablani, a new one and an old one. The old one, MAC Studio Sculpt, Soft and Gentle.
Yeah.
I buy one of these every 6 months and use it till I've gone right into the pan and there's nothing left of it. And I like to buy them at Heathrow Airport. I don't know why, I've just got this thing where every time I fly, I'm like, oh, time to get my Soft and Gentle, get really excited about it. It's just excellent. There's nothing other to say than it's excellent. I'm going to do, well, I've already got some on, but look.
Yep.
It's just, well, you can't see that at all. It's brilliant.
It's a really lovely colour. It's beautiful.
Yeah, just lovely. And it is soft and also gentle.
Gentle.
That's all there is to say on that. Excellent. Up until then, up until December, I had been using a powder contour, and I started to feel like I was just looking a bit grubby and a bit severe. The problem is, I'm a more is more person, and sometimes I don't take into account that like less is more. And I'm like, right, more eyeliner, more Candy Yum Yum MAC lipstick, more severe, like everything. And I'm starting to learn at the grand old age of 37, like, don't need to do makeup like a 14-year-old every day. Just save that for special occasions, you know. So
the only thing I find about contour is I think they look great from the front. I listen, too much blusher is my jam, don't knock it. But when I turn to the side, I look like I've got...
Yes. So that's the problem I was having. Like, I would vlog and then be like, whew.
Because we only see each other from the front. I never look at the back of my hair. Whenever I catch it, I'm always horrified.
No,
like I'm kept in it. Also,
photos, I always put my bum back a bit because then it's a bit more flattering. But if anyone ever takes a picture of the side, I'm like this. So here's
Yeah, I'm with you.
Right.
So
Charlotte,
this is the new Charlotte Tilbury bronzer, isn't it?
it is. It's beautiful skin, sun-kissed glow bronzer in medium. It's massive. It's this is not liquid, but this is not powder. What are we calling this?
It's a cream to powder. It's basically a dupe for the original Chanel one, but the Charlotte Tilbury one comes in more colours and it's slightly more powdery. So it's not flat and grungy. It's got more of a glow to it.
Yes. It just blends nicely into this.
Yes.
Just sit as like one harsh line. I
Yeah.
can merge it a bit more. And I think in beauty world, we call that blending.
We do. I'm useless at blending, but it's about a texture thing. So what you've got is you've got that liquid base and then you've got a cream to liquid and cream to powder, and they blend better. The minute you put a powder over an unpowdered base, it clings to it and then it's a nightmare to blend in. And also the thing is, with professional makeup artists, they have all the time in the world. You're doing this in 10 minutes before rushing Pearly to dance class or, you know, school or something like that. I mean, it's too much. We need it easy.
So I like this. Up until then, I would have said, where are you? Oh, it's in my other box. I would have said the Benefit Hoola was nice. It made for a nice shadow. Here it is.
That's what I wear as eyeshadow.
Yeah, but I think I was just applying it a bit rushed, a bit severe. Look, I've hit pan on it, and whoever hit pan on these.
It's still one of the original best neutral bronzers out there, but it's just hard to blend into a cream foundation if you haven't powdered the foundation all over, and that's an old-fashioned look.
Also, I don't want to slate Benefit because I like a lot of their stuff a lot, and I've been like a loyal customer. We're 10 years on. Surely this came out at least 10 years ago. Why is the packaging still a small cardboard box? It's chunky. We don't need all of that extra space. Why is this the packaging? It doesn't travel well. It gets wet and it's a problem.
Two things. One, it's supposed to have a little brush in it that nobody uses, I get. So, and two, it's much more eco-friendly.
Okay, well, I can't argue with that. Fine.
Sorry to rain on your parade.
Well, you know what?
But I don't think they do it for that reason. I'll be really honest with you.
That stuff is plastic. But yeah, friend, don't need the mirror.
No. Yeah.
Make it, because who's doing their whole face in that?
No, I know. And nobody's using the original brush as well. So.
No. Yeah. Anyway, I digress. Right, I'm going to move. One last thing before I do skincare is Jo Malone Red Roses. Like, I'm on the last drips of it. This is my all-time favourite perfume. Do you know what it smells like? Red roses. And I know what a red rose smells like. I hate it when people describe perfumes and they're like, oh, it's got sweet notes of bergamot. I'm like, I don't know what bergamot smells like. If I had a piece of paper and said, what's that? I wouldn't go, oh, it's oak. Because do you know what? I don't go up to oak trees and go, because I don't know what it smells like.
Bergamot smells like oranges, by the way. It's citrusy. Can I just say what I love about that? And that is one of Jo Malone's original fragrances. Is it's not just the flower. It's supposed to smell almost like a red rose bush, which is so beautiful because it's not old lady florally. It's sumptuous and gorgeous.
It smells like romance, and I just love it.
It smells a bit like sex, I'll be really honest with you.
When you say sex, do you mean like all the love years before, or do you mean like the smell of like a used condom?
Oh God, no. I mean like a gorgeous man turns up at your door with the hugest long stem roses you've ever seen in your entire life and kisses you on the neck.
That one, yes. But I was thinking the aftermath where you're thinking, I need a tissue.
No. It's a sexy rose, that's what I mean.
It is. It's really lovely. And I just like that it's called what it smells like. Yeah. It's not something insane like mystical snowdrop. Like, that's not a smell.
No.
Right.
And Jo, I have to say, her original fragrances for that brand before she left that brand are still absolutely timeless and beautiful. You know, she creates the Zara fragrances now.
I did not know that, because
if you want a dupe, there'll be one at Zara.
Jo Malone anymore, does she? She does Jo with the red.
She does loves, yeah.
Ick.
And Zara.
And I never go into Zara. Do you know why? They're not size inclusive.
I never go into Zara because it's a nightmare, and I did a rant recently about how amazing their beauty products are and how tatty and disgusting and filthy their beauty retail section is. Nobody cleans up, everything's had its fingers jabbed in. It's just an unpleasant experience.
Never been in, and I would like to, because I always see people rave about Zara. I also do buy the girls' things from Zara. I don't understand the website. I don't understand it.
No.
Like, I want to buy a girl's dress, and it's a very beautiful little child, like upside down, hanging off a shower, or like someone curled up in a ball to model a coat. I don't understand it. Just do this.
Yes, put it against a white background and show me it, and preferably show a video of somebody turning in it. It's over designed and it under delivers. I just don't think they really sell via the website at all.
I wish I could buy Zara clothes, but alas, ate too much. Right, skincare things. I've picked up 3 things. I think you know what they're going to be. I've picked up 3 things, but I'm including it as one. And I will just say, I have worked with this brand. I've already filmed the content, but I am in a partnership with them. So but obviously they've not asked me to bring this on. This is Skin and Me, which is a skincare company that I started working with last year. They contacted me and said, we'd love to work with you. I was like, oh, I'll try it, because I will always try things before I'll recommend them, because sometimes you don't like them and you don't want to recommend them. I liked it. The brand partnership ended. I was like, I'm sad, because when you work with a brand, for those of you who don't know, they'll send you the product for free to try. And the free bit ran out. I was like, really like that. So I bought some more, became a customer, and now I'm working with them again. But we like it so much that Liam has become a customer, and I'll tell you for why we like it. It's so simple and it works. That's all I want. It's simple and it works. You get
Anybody that doesn't know, you basically go online, you send them your skin pictures, you fill out a form, and it's dermatology-led prescription skincare.
Yeah.
And I do think it's an amazing service, because nobody can get to see a GP, let alone a dermatologist.
It's just so good. So
it is clever.
Cleanser, moisturizer, and then this is the magic thing. This is the daily doser, and they're all customized for you. So mine says for Louise, and then on it it's got. Do you want to know what my
Yes, I do. Of course I do. I'm nosy.
Yeah, we actually talked about this at a Christmas party.
At Christmas party, which is when I recommended it for your partner.
Yeah, and now he's got it. In fact, here's his. Liam's. There it is.
Liam's will be very different to yours, though, right?
I think he's basically having a chemical peel every night.
Yeah, because basically we were chatting about Liam suffering from redness in his skin. Yeah, so which you obviously do not have any redness in your skin. So what were your concerns, and what did they prescribe for you?
So I do get like really, really rosy skin without makeup on. It's not red, it's just rosy, and I'm a little bit dry. That was it. So I just wanted to not be dry, not feel tight, like I don't want to, and not be super rosy. And it just works. Like, you know when products give you all these promises, you're like, well, yeah, some of that will work. This just all just works, and it's just nice. What you pay for is what you get. It's nice. So mine is tretinoin is 0.015%.
Yeah.
Niacinamide 4%. Yeah. And Azelaic acid 4%. Does that sound good to you?
Sounds absolutely fine. So it's a really, because basically you don't have any signs of aging. So it's a really low dose tretinoin, which is a prescription vitamin A. Niacinamide is B3, which you can get over the counter, and azelaic acid to gently exfoliate. It's just a gold standard. Can I ask what Liam's is?
Yeah, I'm going to tell you. I'm sure he'll be thrilled. I'm telling you.
Poor Liam, I'm so sorry. You'll have to sign a disclaimer.
All right, don't worry. So, active ingredients: azelaic acid 12%.
Yeah.
That's like 100 times more than I have.
That's because he's got rosacea, early stage rosacea. Sorry, Liam.
Sorry, Liam. And niacinamide 4%.
Yeah, so basically he has no signs of aging, but they're treating his facial redness, and the gold standard for that is azelaic acid. Yeah.
Do you know what blows my mind about Liam's skin though? And he won't mind me saying this. Liam is 45, and he has never had a skincare routine. Like occasionally he's used a bit of Nivea for Men here or there, and at most he's a bit dry.
Yeah.
Obviously doesn't wear makeup. I'm like, do you know what? You look great. Like, I care.
He looks a lot younger than that.
Yeah, it does. I'm like,
I would have put him at mid-30s. I mean, you look younger than your age as well. I would have put him at mid-30s as well. So, and I met him at Christmas, and I said to you, the only symptom I can see is really early stage redness. So if it gets any worse, then he will need to go on a slightly stronger prescription. But do tell me he's using an SPF now. He's out in the...
Well, he has to because he's ginger, so he has to. He said,
so if he's using azelaic acid at 12%, it will leave him a bit sensitive to the sun.
I'll let him know to use extra, but it kills me that he does really next to nothing and he's basically fine. I'm like, but I've been working so hard since I was like 15. Do you know something that you recommended, or I got in a beauty box, and I finished it, but I kept the bottle. Here it is, because I want to buy some more. But I'm adding it at the last minute. I'm doing more than 10, I'm sorry. This is really grubby. I've just kept the empty bottle.
That's Superdrug vitamin C, yeah.
Superdrug vitamin C. When I first got it, I was like, that's really boring, because I like glittery eyeshadows and bright lipstick. I was like, boring. And then I tried it, I was like, oh, lovely. And I was using it in conjunction with the Skin and Me for a while, and it was just lovely. And I thought, I must remember, and I thought, I'll forget what it is if I don't keep the bottle. But vitamin C, detox skincare, super booster from Superdrug, recommended by Nadine Baggett.
Honestly, the only thing I would say that's missing from your routine is a vitamin C every morning to protect you. That's it. I mean, it just protects you from pollution if you're walking around town and stuff like that. Otherwise, your routine is perfect. Back to the Skin and Me cleanser and moisturizer. Is the cleanser a cream cleanser? Because I don't know their products very well. They're general products, non-prescription products.
When you say pre-cleanser, I think that you're assuming that I'm some sort of double cleansing babe.
I don't double cleanse.
I don't. I just full face of makeup, squib a load of this on into my hands with wet, and then with a flannel, fresh flannel every day. People that reuse flannel don't do that. Fresh flannel every day. Wipe it all off. And sometimes a bit more over the eyes. That's the only. Sometimes we go a bit more over the eyes. It's not a problem. And then the moisturiser is just Soothe and Smooth Rich Moisturiser with hyaluronic acid, ceramides, and allantoin.
Yeah, it's just calming and soothing for the skin. So it's Soothe and Smooth Moisturiser, and the cleanser's called what cleanser?
Purifying Prep Hydrating Cleanser.
Okay,
The
perfect.
thing that I really like about these is that they don't have any scent.
Yeah.
Keen on things with lots of scent because it's just too many smells. I feel smell overwhelmed.
I totally understand. I don't like my makeup or my skincare to be heavily fragranced, and I don't like to be able to taste the smell of a lipstick when you breathe in.
Perfume, that's what I want to smell. And also I really like good smelling shower gels.
Oh yeah.
But even,
and nice smelling hair things.
Yeah. Easier. But smelling skin stuff is like, it's not a deal breaker, but if it doesn't smell, I'm like, oh lovely, it doesn't smell.
Yeah, I totally agree. So
those, and then the last, well, I was going to put a powder in, but I'm not that excited about it anymore. It's the Laura Mercier setting powder, actually.
That's what you used to use. You need a tiny bit of just under your eyes to set your concealer. Just a tiny bit though, because it's loose. Sometimes I think that the pressed powders are easier to use.
When I feel like a grown-up lady because it that, so I'm like, oh. It reminds me of. I'll tell you what it is. This is so niche, but I know you'll get it. Now I use this responsibly and I don't spill it everywhere. And I feel like, oh, look, I've got to this point in my life where I can have a loose powder and I'm not going to make a mess like that time 20 years ago with the Body Shop pearlized balls.
Oh, the pearlized balls!
That I would get those and then I would get one caught in the brush because I'd be like stabbing it in. Then it would go on the carpet and I'd crush it into the carpet. There'd be pearlized balls everywhere. And then I thought, no, I can't have loose things. This is why we can't have nice things because those little balls are everywhere. But now I'm like, no, I'm past that. I've elevated.
Yeah, I'm grown up. I'm still not grown up enough to use a loose powder. So that's what I would recommend under your eyes, something like that. And the reason I recommend a pressed powder is because it's so hard to over apply. It's so hard that when you first use it, you're like, nothing's coming off. But that's what you want because you need the tiniest amount. That's actually, are you a member of Beauty Pie? I
think sometimes it's
I'm going to tag somebody under here. Send her that a Beauty Pie. So this is one powder wonder. I mean, there are other versions. Charlotte Tilbury has a brand new one that looks super white.
I've been using this, and I was almost going to say it, but I've been using their Super Healthy Skin every now and again. I love it.
Yeah. Okay, so if the One Wonder is so hard pressed, you can be like me, which is basically a big brush and you do this, but it doesn't overload. It's almost invisible, but it just will stop your mascara and your eyeshadow coming down onto your eyes.
That's what I need, because I just look like a grubby mess most of the time.
You don't look grubby. It's unbelievably common for people to do, and it just means you can apply your makeup and not have to worry about it for the rest of the day, which is what you want. Yeah.
The last thing I'm going to mention, is it last thing? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I could do this for hours, but I won't.
Me too.
Really...
I could do a guided tour of your house now. Should we just get everybody to leave the live and we'll just do it between you and I?
So I just go through my whole makeup doodah and bring out all the old grubby things that shouldn't be in here but are.
Heavenly.
Right. This thing I really wanted to give a shout at. These are under eye patches. You know, like you get sheet masks, but they're sheet masks for just under your eyes. These are by Skin Republic. Collagen Hydrogel Under Eye Patch. You get 3 in a packet of these. And if I'm just feeling, you know, sometimes you just feel like you're not at your best, or if I've got an event in the evening and I've got time in the afternoon, I will put these on and just go about my life. You're not meant to keep them on. It says keep them on for like, what, 30 minutes? I've kept them on an hour before because I'm just doing things.
I would imagine when the car comes and gets you in the morning, if ever you're doing Lorraine, you just slap those on and sit in the back of the car, don't you?
I should. I flipping should do. Although
that's where I first learned to use them, doing morning TV. Like, I need all the help I can get to look that good, even at like 10 o'clock in the morning. Let's be honest here.
It's all the makeup work for Lorraine, because I just get there looking like a... Can I tell you Lorraine once? Not about her, but about the show. I was so excited. It was like 3rd or 4th time. Like, I was like, oh, I'm always excited, obviously, but I was like buzzing. Pearl was a baby. The night I was going to have to leave the house at something ridiculous like 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. I had put a selection of outfits hung on my door, because obviously they're going to choose what you're going to wear. You just take a few down.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, I'm a size 22. So most places don't have a selection of size 22 things available. So I was like, I'm going to take all my own things. Got my stuff, got no makeup on, hair up, because you turn up looking like trash, you leave looking like
a goddess.
Yeah, it's amazing. I took my clothes into Pearl's room. I laid them on the side of the cot, leant in to say, like, give her a little cuddle, say goodbye. Left, got in the car. I had my handbag with me, like my big handbag, like my laptop and everything. We pull up to the studios, which is like those big ones where they used to have the National Lottery, like classic TV. And I picked up my bag, and then I went, and I was like, oh, maybe they're in the boot. And I was like, all of my clothes were
still in Pearl's cot, yeah.
Laid, and even that made me feel anxious. It's like, oh my god, like, what if she pulls it down? Like, there's hangers there. Like, I was like, so first one bringing home, like, I got out the cot. She was fine. She hadn't even woken up. Get in there. I was like, hi, I've got no clothes. One person was like, would you be okay to go on in what you're wearing? And I was like, no. It was leggings and like a baggy t-shirt. I was like, no, I wouldn't. So if anyone gives that much of a shit, which no one will, if you go see the initial segment, you know, when they do a tease, like, I'm coming up later. Yeah. So there's me in a dress that was a size 10, that's meant to be like a super loosey-goosey dress on a size 10, but on me it was like a bodycon. And I'm stood there doing a wave. It's a black dress. I've never worn a black dress on TV, but there was us. And then when I get on to do that, it's a completely different outfit, and somebody had to race to Tesco 24 hours and just buy.
So I have some advice for you, right? If that ever happens again, not that it will ever happen again, just go from that studio into the This Morning studio. Speak to my friend David O'Brien, who is the stylist there, and he did style for years, Fern, and now he styles Alison Hammond, and you will have a whole room full of gorgeous dresses to choose from.
I love that, because they did let me look through the loose women closet, but at the time they didn't have anyone my size on loose women, because this was a while ago. But yeah, that was like one of those horrific, like turning up to work naked things. But then there was a funny moment because it was a Christmas special where one of the runners don't normally run. They're usually like,
No.
runners are sort of like production assistants, and they've got the little thingy on and a clipboard, and off they go. On this particular day, the runner was like, let's run down to the blue swim closet and see. She ran, and I'm running after her in like a semicircle because it's actually a building. And the funniest thing was it was a Christmas special, so she had an elf hat on with a jingle bell. And I just thought to myself, it's 6:30 in the morning and I'm running after an elf around the TV centre. This is so weird.
This isn't the way for grown-ups to make a living, can I just say this? But we all do it. Next time, honestly, I can't believe they just didn't suggest going around to see David at this morning. He's amazing. He styles so many women and he makes them look incredible. He custom makes Alison's gowns. He's brilliant.
She always looks phenomenal. Like, you never see Alison Hammond looking a mess.
No.
Like, hair looks good, makeup looks good, outfit always looks good. Like, she always just looks really nice. Really nice. And it just proves, and this is not a soapbox I need to get on today, that it doesn't matter whether you are a size 4 or, you know, a plus size. It's about wearing something that you feel nice in, that flatters your body, hair and makeup, and just feeling nice. Or if you don't want makeup, whatever you do to your face to feel nice makes.
He's genuinely one of the few stylists I know that understands how to dress women who are not absolutely sticked in. He does Josie Gibson, he did Fern for years. He's amazing. He's also the loveliest man. So I should give him a shout out here. But honestly, if you ever need a stylist, he's brilliant.
Oh, he sounds great. Sounds lovely.
He's the loveliest man. He really is. Thank you, my darling. I shall list everything below. If I make a mistake, feel free to come in and tell me off in your DMs, yeah?
You know I won't know. I call things like makeup spongy, under eye doodah, gubbins for under my eyes. Like,
just one quick question. Somebody said, where is the best place to buy clothes?
for plus size,
Yeah.
if you are feeling a bit more spenny and it's a special occasion, I really like dresses from, so you'd be surprised, a lot of the designer brands are starting to do extended sizes. So if it's something really special, needle and thread now do extended sizes, but you're talking like £300 or £400 for a dress. ASOS are coming back round. For a while I feel like they went a little bit 90s weird, which wasn't for me, but now they're starting to come back round. Love Drove do really lovely dresses. If it's day to day, if you're on more of a high street budget, Simply Be. They've just got everything, so such a wide range. And if you're looking to like just have something a little step up, it's still high street, but I'd say top of the high street. Boden, I really love. Jewels as well, go up to a 26. Not in everything though. Like, why do brands do this? Go up to the top sizes in everything. And if you are on a bit more of a budget, I tell you 2 supermarkets that do lovely plus size things: F&F from Tesco's and 2 from Sainsbury's.
See, you're brilliant. One last question. Somebody is asking mascara. Not that she's saying her mascara is going under her eyes, but I don't think that's mascara's fault.
Hey, I've got 2.
She does have the best lashes, by the way.
Me?
Yeah. Super long.
It's an illusion. It's all makeup. Hang on. Oh God, I've dropped the Daily Doser. Sorry. Hang on. Here we go.
Don't worry, it won't break. It's metal.
It's metal. It'll break my floor maybe. Right. 2 mascaras that I really like. First off, Charlotte Tilbury. They had a sale on. This is all from the Black Friday sale.
Hell
but
yeah.
this now has gone a bit dry and crumbly because it's been open. I bought it in November and I've basically used it up because I use a lot of mascara. It's the Legendary Lashes Volume 2.
Okay.
I'm sure that you've already told them this tip, but if your mascara is getting to the end of its life but you think you've got a week or 2 left in it, when you take it out, bend like this and bend your brush, and then when you put it back in, it's sort of like wiping the edges more and getting a bit more product off, and you just have to use it a bit.
But can I just say, all makeup artists tend to bend the end of their brushes because it actually makes it easier to get in the smaller and outer lashes without going on your cheekbones as well. I love that.
Nook and cranny.
Yeah, the nook and cranny tip.
And then the one that I love day to day is Iconic London Triple Threat Mascara. Now, if I had seen a picture of this, I wouldn't have bought it because I like spools that look like this. I like an old-fashioned, big, fluffy boy
brush. Yeah.
brush, all loads of bristles, because I want all my lashes to get really caught. Oh, lovely. I love a big boy brush. This is the sort of one that I would never use because I feel it's just not for me usually. But
yeah,
my friend used this and she was like, you've got to try it, it's really good. And I was like, okay, didn't research it, didn't look at the picture, bought it because I was like, well, Charlie looks amazing. Looked at it, I was like, oh no. It's one of those, tried it, phenomenal, really, really good. I'll buy this again.
I absolutely love the new generation rubber brushes, and I tell you why, because I think they give you control, but you do need to put more coats on. Rather than that, as I'm going to use this, I'm going to steal that now, trademark, big boy brush. I love a big boy brush.
If you're rushing, you could do a
single coat and you're out.
Yeah.
The iconic London one, you'd need probably 2 or 3 coats, yeah.
I know that we're not doing any more, but if we're talking about iconic, this is iconic from Iconic. It's just so good. The little
the glow drops.
Glow drops. Well, I don't even know what Illuminator original. The original one is nice, but they've got this exact bottle, but in the shade blush, and it's the original, but not quite as like
golden.
Gold. You don't look like you've got mirrors on your cheeks.
Yes.
It's just a little bit more rosy, and that one I actually prefer. I'm going to stop now because what I'm doing is I'm looking around and like, what else can I show her?
What else can we talk about? One day when she's not so busy, I'll get part 2 because we could just chat on for ages. She genuinely does know her stuff, you see. And also I love that when she held up her mascara, she did that. That's like an old school proper person that knows how to create content. You are amazing. Thank you so much, because I know you're super busy.
I don't know anything about makeup, so this made me feel like really like.
I think you don't, but I think you know a lot because you've worked with professional makeup artists and you know what works and what doesn't. And also, can I just say, I'm not sure whether I wanted to originally create content with you or for you to adopt me, because I think your girls lead the most incredible, wonderful life. And I wish my mum would take me to dance classes.
Don't, like, oh God, you've hit me in my feels, because most of my audience will know my childhood was a bag of trash. It was awful. And giving my girls like that dream fairy tale childhood is just like my all-time favourite thing. I just love it.
When you posted the other day a memory of the first time you took them to the ballet, and I remember my mum and dad taking me to the ballet when I was a similar age, and I was desperate to do ballet classes and they couldn't afford it, and they both worked in factories. Seriously. So if I come back in another life, I'm coming back as your third daughter, by the way.
I would love it. I would like to come back as my daughter as well.
Yeah, I think we all would, right?
Well,
the crafting, the dancing, the trips, it's just heavenly. It's lovely. You're the best mum.
Thank you. I'm so lucky to have a lovely online audience that I wouldn't be able to do this. I wouldn't be able to afford the things if I didn't have this online space that, let's face it, as much as we love this and it's our passion and our hobby, this is also how I make money to do all the things I do. So I'm forever grateful, and one day my children will understand what it like, the gift that we've been given from an online community as well.
Also, when they're prima ballerinas and touring the world, they'll keep you.
I hope so.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it, Louise. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye. I don't know what to press now. Oh, it's up here. Bye.